Okay, so I think we are finally ready to talk about composition. And once again, why composition wasn't my first kind of lesson. Because composition is one of the most, like, the biggest pillars of storytelling and everything else. But the problem with composition is that composition is very subjective. So, like I said, there is no wrong composition. Like, it's like same with photography. Everyone could have a photo camera, right? And just go and shoot pictures. Like anyone can do it. So, but some people they become professionals, and some people they just stay amateurs. And both of them they create pictures, right? They shoot something. So, but these guys, professionals, they know how to do good compositions. So my goal will be to show you and teach you how to make different choices to improve your composition and overall improve your story as well. So how to do good composition? There's so many rules. Like if you open Wikipedia, you can read a lot of articles on composition with a lot of different types of compositions, but I will try to simplify it as much as possible. So for me, composition, it's about these three simple kind of rules. First one is a rule of thirds. So these points, everyone knows what's about. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are your focal points. If you put your focal points, like your main character or main vehicle or like building onto one of these intersection, it will be a focal point. And to be honest, it works in most of the cases. Like you do something and then you place a rover over here. Boom. This is a simple composition, but it's very, very nice and it's pleasant to look at, because this guy is located on the rule of thirds over here, and then you could put sun over here. So how do they have to be equal? Not really. Some people they like there are a lot of like really mathematical stuff, like explanations how you should place them, but usually just divide it in 3. Make sure these parts are equal and place one of your characters over here, one of your characters over here, and you will be safe. You will create a really nice composition. You will create a good composition. But does that mean that you can never create a composition like this? No. That's why composition is very subjective. It depends on the story that you're trying to create. Imagine if this guy was walking this way, then this is an absolutely cool composition because it gives you so much space over here. So the first thing would be rule of thirds. If you use rule of thirds, you will be safe. You will create a good composition. The second one for me would be actually this relation: big, medium, and small. So whenever you're creating a composition, instead of dividing into equal spaces, like you can divide the space into 3 spaces. But also what you can do, which you definitely will improve your composition, is to divide your space unevenly. Like for example, let's say if these were clouds and there was a small gap with the rain, it immediately creates this drama, and you can control the way you look at your picture. Like for example, if you want to show a dramatic sky with a thin horizon line, that's your best choice. But let's say you want to show If we divide the space again we use, but you want to show a canyon or something like this, then obviously you're dividing your space unevenly. You use this big, medium, small relationship. So if we divide this like this, so this is big, small, and medium. So when some people call it, like, if you're doing a design work, it could be 70%, 20%, 25%, and 5%. For example, if you're building something, you're doing a building, you do some small kind of elements over here, a little bit bigger ones, and then you create a nice looking, pleasant, cool looking design. You know, you save the harmony of this design instead of dividing this stuff in 3 equal pieces, which is not as good. Once again, it's not wrong. No one says this is wrong. No one says you can't do this. You actually can do this, but dividing those and like following the rule of big, medium, and small, you can create much cooler and better composition and designs as well. And the final one for me would be actually, like, let's drop over here. Second one would be big, medium, small. And the third one for me would be zigzags. So basically, what is zigzag about? Whenever you're trying to create a composition, you need to have an entrance point and exit point. So zigzags, something that will help you to achieve this. So you enter from here and you exit from here. You kind of, using those, you force your viewer of your picture to follow the lines. It almost, imagine you if you were inside a maze, right? Let's say something tick tick tick. Oops. And you know, when you enter the maze, you are forced to move like this, right? Because there are walls. The same with your composition. When you create a scenery, you create this visual zigzags. Like, for example, what is this? I don't know, but it forces you to move in a horizontal way. You move over here, you move over here, and then you put an exit frame. So it could be a tree, or it could be just something else. So basically what you did over here is a good composition, because it allows you to experience this travel when you, let's just go for the red color. When you enter from here and you travel and you go and you exit your frame. And just by using these zigzags, you can create so many different variations. Like, for example, let's just sketch a simple zigzag, right? Okay, this is our zigzag. And then the next version would be you squash this and then you stretch this. So you can see, like, here the motion is slow and easy, and then you go up, you know? Or you can do it vice versa, like, for example, especially when you're doing a landscape and your lines are vanishing towards the vanishing point. Basically you have like this, and then you start to, and then you understand that this goes in perspective. You're using one of the design principles. So zigzags is the third thing, and for me, to be honest, these 3 guys are most important things that I use on a daily basis when I construct my composition. And once again, there are a lot of like different additional rules and explanations. Some of them are so complicated that it's very difficult to understand. Follow the rule of thirds, you will be safe. Let's just go for another color. Big, medium, small, you will be safe. Introduce some zigzags and you will be safe again. And funny enough, like these rules, they apply not only to environments, same with the characters. Like if you're doing a character, you're definitely following the same rules, you know? You're using small shapes, you're using big shapes, and it's all about graphic read as well, because characters they have just the same rules as environments have, because design principles, they are universal. That's why I really wanted to share with you a little bit of knowledge about design's principles, because they are universal. You can apply them for environments, you can apply from them to character design, to vehicle design, to anything you want, because they are universal. That's why we study them. We need to understand them, because we need to control what we are doing. If we understand what we are doing, then it will be really easier for us to go and reach our main goal, which will be telling our stories. When we will be telling our stories, we need to know all this stuff. We need to subconsciously know it, because all we need to do is concentrate on our stories, not on the technical aspect of stuff. Remember, we need to understand all the techniques and all the technical part, and then we will concentrate purely on storytelling. We will say, okay, this what is this guy like? Okay, let's put this hat, but how big his hat has to be. It depends on what design you're doing and what your story is. And using rule of thirds, big, small, medium, zigzags, you can create really nice characters, vehicles, props, environments, or whatever you want. So that's pretty much it about composition. And what I'm planning to do next, I will show you something about camera angles, because I would love in this week to concentrate on environments and study some masters as well. So see you in the next one.